Despite Israel's claims, there's no substantiated proof linking the multitude of UN workers in Gaza to Hamas, yet the agency is advised to enhance its screening for a more impartial workforce, as per a recent independent assessment, following accusations by Israel against UNRWA staff for aiding the assault that sparked the war with Hamas. UN Chief Antonio Guterres commissioned an inquiry, leading to a funding pause by over a dozen countries, including the US. The investigation, spearheaded by ex-French Foreign Minister Catherine Colonna, recommends more rigorous measures for impartiality while acknowledging UNRWA's substantial existing system for adhering to humanitarian principles. The probe was initiated due to Israeli claims of involvement by at least 12 UNRWA personnel in the Hamas-led offensive, with another 30 providing some form of support, and up to 12% of the staff purportedly linked to the militant faction. With over 13,000 aid workers in Gaza, UNRWA plays a critical role, and the Secretary General urges all parties to continue their support for the agency. Vital support for Palestinian refugees. The Israeli Foreign Ministry's statement suggests an indistinguishable boundary between UNRWA and Hamas, implying a deep-rooted connection. The ministry's declaration portrays UNRWA in Gaza not merely as an entity with isolated issues but as an organization fundamentally intertwined with Hamas. Amidst the ongoing conflict, the dire situation in Gaza has led to expectant mothers facing extreme hardships, including starvation and lack of medical supplies like anesthesia. The Israeli military remains vigilant during the Passover holiday, maintaining operational readiness across all sectors, marking the first major Jewish celebration since the Simchat Torah festival coinciding with the initial Hamas attack. Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif commends Iran for its firm stance on Gaza's humanitarian crisis, urging Muslim nations to unite and call for an end to the hostilities. During a joint briefing with Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi in Islamabad, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, in his Passover message, reflects on the hostages held by militants, emphasizing their absence as a motivator for Israel's continued efforts to secure their release. Netanyahu accuses Hamas of toughening their negotiation position and vows a strong response, asserting that Israel's efforts will ultimately succeed. Reports indicate Israel's preparation for a prolonged operation in Rafah, Gaza, anticipated to extend over 6 weeks, with plans to relocate civilians and establish emergency facilities. Rafah, predominantly populated by refugees, is at the center of international appeals to Israel to reconsider its invasion strategy, with the U.S. advocating for a more focused approach on Hamas leadership. The planned evacuation from Rafah, expected to span a few weeks, involves collaboration with the U.S., Egypt, and other Arab nations targeting areas suspected of harboring Hamas operatives. President Joe Biden addresses the concerning rise of anti-Semitism in the U.S., particularly in light of recent events at Columbia University, urging the nation to confront this issue